Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video we are talking about my favorite products from the month of May. Now I know I'm a little bit early, which is very unlike me. I'm usually late with every video that I post. And I know that I just posted my #1 favorite makeup product in every category. I will link that right here for you guys in case you missed it. But this video is a little bit different. That was kind of more category specific. I have some very different categories in this one and not a lot of things to share with you guys. A little bit of a smaller haul here, including a fragrance and a pair of eyelashes. But we had better get into it. Before we do that, if you are a new visitor to my channel, I want to wish you a special welcome. Please hit that subscribe button before you leave and make sure that your notifications are turned on. With that said, let's jump right into it. Okay, so let's start off with some setting spray. So I have mentioned this setting spray a few times this last month. I just got this was it the beginning of May or the end of April? It's from the brand Pretty Smart. Honestly guys, this brand, I am more and more impressed with them. There's been one thing that I've tried from them that I wasn't super impressed with. They're a very small brand. If you can find these at I think they sell this just at Walmart. If you can find them there, give them a try. So many of the products I think are fantastic. And this is another one that I've really been enjoying. I will just warn you though, if you are sensitive to fragrances, this setting spray, it's got a very strong fragrance to it. Now I like a good fragrance in my setting spray, but there's something about this one in particular that even for me, is on the verge of being off-putting. It almost smells a little bit like a cleaner to me, which I probably just convinced all of you not to buy this, but I do love the setting spray, at least the way that it wears on my skin, what it does for my skin, for my makeup. It does a really good job of setting things down. I do think this is one that helps my makeup to kind of stay in place a little bit better. And I generally think setting sprays don't do that much for makeup longevity. Like it really takes a good specific one, but drugstore wise, this is probably one of the better ones that I have found. The sprayer is really nice. It's under $10. I think it's barely under $10. I want to say this was either $8.98 or $9.98, but I really like this one. I also wanted to talk about my Mario Badescu Aloe Cucumber and Green Tea Setting Spray. This thing's been around forever. I barely tried this out for the first time this last month, and I really like the spray. I don't love the sprayer. I kind of wish, honestly, that I'm trying to think, I might actually have another setting spray bottle in my drawer that I might be able to put this into because I just don't think it's as fine as I would like it to be. For a setting spray, I'm kind of picky about that. It's not terrible. It's not the worst one I've ever tried. And it is pretty affordable. I'm sure many of you have tried these before. I'm kind of curious to go try the purple one now because I really enjoyed it. I definitely like the scent of this one better than this one. I don't know that it does as much for my makeup. It's really just more of a experience. All right, let's talk about a summertime favorite for me. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Glow Liquid Highlighter. I love this stuff. I've mentioned before, I think this is a perfect dupe for the Say Glowy Super Gel, but it's a little bit more affordable. I don't want to say it's a lot more affordable because Physicians Formula products, though I love them, they're very pricey for drugstore products, but you do get a lot of product in here. There's 1.3 ounces. It's a very nice pearly highlighter. I actually use this as a primer on my skin underneath a medium coverage foundation. It just gives me that little bit of glow, but I don't know if you can see this. It just has such a beautiful pearl quality that is so nice, and I think it smells amazing. If you're familiar with the Physicians Formula butter products and their scent, I feel like you either love or hate it. I think most of us love it. I definitely love it, and this smells wonderful. Another repeat favorite of mine, this has been a favorite of mine for many years, and it's from Dior. This is their Forever Skin Concealer. This is a very heavy, full coverage concealer. If you have especially more mature skin, you want to be very careful about how much of this you use. I think that's the secret with a concealer like this that can get a little bit cakey. Make sure that you don't over apply. I typically like to apply this with my fingers and kind of tap it out with my fingers, just really small amounts at a time. I'll actually have two shades of this, 1W and 2W. 2W is a really good shade match for me in the summertime, but I like this one to kind of brighten up my under eye area. This concealer is one of the highest coverage concealers that I own, and in the summertime in particular, there are certain areas that I start to get some really strong discoloration if I'm spending some time out in the sun. I need a good concealer that is not going to require me to use a lot, but it's still going to give me really good coverage. And I especially like that when I'm using like a skin tint or maybe a BB cream that's not quite as heavy coverage. I love having a really good full coverage concealer to pair with that. It is a heavier concealer. I know this is not going to be for everyone, so just be aware of that going into it, that if you are sensitive to that and you like something a little bit more liquidy and thin and lightweight, this is not going to be that concealer, but in small amounts, I think it does such a good, super duty job. Next, I have a blush. I did talk about this one in my #1 in every category. I am so in love with this blush. It's from NYX. It's their Buttermelt blush in the shade For the Butter. Now this color, Be aware, I have light skin, so if you have light or fair skin, it's a very bold color. You're gonna wanna use this with a very, very light hand, or it's gonna get very intense very quickly, very like doll-faced if you're not careful. But what I like to do, I'll take my brush, I'll lightly tap into this, and then I actually tap the excess either on the clean rag that I have in my lap, actually just fell on the floor, but a clean rag, or on the back of my hand to get some of the product off. And then I will start to lightly apply it to my cheeks. I am wearing this color on my cheeks today. It's such a beautiful kind of rosy pink, sort of like a mauvey pink. It just gives such a pretty flush of color to the cheeks. I've been really into that lately, like a good rosy cheek. I just think it looks so healthy. Maybe it's just because I'm getting older and losing color. It lasts really well on me. And for a drugstore blush, these are a pretty good price. $10 for a good, well-packaged drugstore blush that performs really well, I think is a pretty good deal. Speaking of blush, let's talk about a blush brush that I have been loving. So this is the Real Techniques number 407. This came in a 3-pack. I will list that or put a picture of it for you guys right here. I actually found this pack at my local Marshall's, and I'm obsessed with this blush brush in particular. I don't know if you can buy it on its own. If I can find it alone, I will link it for you guys down below. This is incredible. Now, I bought this because I've been using this blush brush for years. I think I've had this thing for like 6 or 7 years now, and I love it. It's amazing, but they don't make this anymore. So I thought I should probably replace it with something that you guys can buy, and this is every bit as good. The shape is very different, but it still has that very kind of lightweight, fluffy, loose top that just makes a blush go on like a dream. I actually love this shape because I feel like you could use it for so many different things. I've only used it for blush so far, but I'm certain that this would work great with a powder bronzer, with a powder, even a highlighter if you kind of pinched it a little bit or just put it on one of the edges. It's a really good multi-purpose face brush, but I love it for blush. It's been working great. Super soft, and if it's anything like this thing, I've washed this brush maybe more than any brush that I own, and I don't think it has ever shed a single hair, so I'm hopeful that this will be as good quality. Another summertime favorite for me that I've been really enjoying this last month is my Revlon Skin Lights highlighter in the shade Daybreak Glimmer. This is such a good highlighter. For a while, this was on my list of my #1 highlighter of all time. It's still way up there. Such a good, very light champagne gold. It's a golden tinged highlighter for those that have very fair skin. I'm always leery of anything that's too golden because sometimes it can just be a little bit dark or look a little bit off on me, but this is just such the perfect warm toned highlighter. It's beautiful, great formula. It's very intense, but if you apply it with a light hand, it looks a little bit more natural. I am wearing it today, and I just love this. I think it's one of the best highlighters from the drugstore. Okay, I have a brow pen to mention for you guys. Now, this is the NYX brow pen in the shade Ash Brown. Now, there are some things I really love about a brow pen. When I want something really precise, I do like a good brow pen. This is probably the best one that I've tried so far. I've tried one from Milani that I liked, but I felt like the shade was a little bit off. I have the Stroke a Brow from Ardell. My only complaint about this one is the price. This thing was $12.98, which for me, I feel like for a brow pen, that's awfully expensive. I don't know. I feel like the drugstore's prices are just climbing up so high, and I'm still like back in the 1990s. Like, please stop. Stop making everything so expensive. But let me know if you guys have a good drugstore eyebrow pen that you would recommend that's not quite that expensive, because I'd be interested in trying it because I've really been enjoying the pen look in my brows lately. I am wearing this in my brows today. It's quite dark, but I'm getting more and more dark, so I've been trying not to put so much blonde in my hair lately, and my roots are getting very dark, so I think a dark brow kind of works for me right now. Let's talk about a lip gloss. This is a repeat, but a summertime favorite for me. It's the Lifter Gloss in the shade Peach Ring. Such a good peachy lip gloss for the summertime. Smells like summer. Well, it just smells like cake, actually, but maybe it's a little bit coconutty. That's why I feel like it smells like summer. Honestly, any season is a good season for the scent of the Lifter glosses, but I love this shade. It's just a really fun, like bright peachy pink, but not too pigmented, just gives a touch of color. I love these so much. Okay, I have 2 eyeshadow palettes to share with you guys. The first one is a tiny eyeshadow palette that I picked up on YesStyle, and as I was getting ready to film this video, I thought, you know, I better check online and see if that's still available, and sadly it is not. I'm so upset about that. This is from Pink Flash. This is the 3-pan eyeshadow palette. I am wearing this on my eyes today. I kind of wish I would have known that they didn't have this available before I did my eye makeup today, or I would have used the eyeshadows that we'll talk about next. But man, you guys, this is such a good one. I have recommended it a few times over the last couple of years, so maybe if you're lucky you pick this up one of the previous times that I raved about it. This one is in RD02, and it's just this beautiful kind of reddish brown with a beautiful shell pink shimmer. Such a good eye look. I can't believe I got this whole eye look from these 3 little shades. Probably the best quality eyeshadows I have found at Yes Style yet. By the way, if you're not familiar with Yes Style, they sell Korean brand makeup, and I love them. Some of my best makeup finds over the last 7 years have been from Yes Style. But I'm sad to say they don't sell this one anymore. I did see a ton of other smaller eyeshadow palettes on there. It might be time for me to do another K-beauty order and makeup video for you guys, so maybe I'll have to try to find a replacement for this. If you happen to pick it up though, back when I talked about these, well, pull it back out because this thing is incredible. But another favorite of mine this last month have been my Sydney Grace eyeshadow singles. I know I have a ridiculous amount and I haven't been using all of these, but honestly, any single eyeshadow from Sydney Grace, as you guys will know if you know me and been watching me for a while, is a recommendation for me and always a favorite. I love their eyeshadows. Any light shimmer, I think especially their lighter shimmers, are fantastic. Let me just recommend 1 or 2 for you guys. This one up here, this is Strawberries and Cream. It's such a beautiful, like warm, kind of beigey pink. It's almost like a golden pink. It's so pretty on the lid. Gives just the right pop of color, but it's not too bold, it's not too icy, it's just right. Also, this one right here is called Morning Star. This is such a beautiful, again, this one's really, it's just the perfect, sorry, my hands are already kind of dirty. I don't know if you can see the difference between the two. This one has a lot more kind of bronze in it, whereas this one is more of a, I guess, a champagne with a touch of like golden peach. It's so pretty. Honestly, you cannot go wrong. Any shimmer of theirs in particular, I love their mattes too, but their shimmers, especially their lid shimmers, you will not be disappointed. I just think they make the best eyeshadows I've ever tried. I will stand by that statement until my dying breath. Okay, I have just 2 more things to share with you guys. These are kind of like makeup adjacent products. First off, a pair of lashes. I have talked about these before, but I've been using them on and off again more recently, and these are the Eyelure 3/4 length natural lashes, and the number is 003. Now, these are super affordable. You can get them at Ulta. I think 1 pack is $5.99, I believe. They do sometimes go on sale, but you can now get a 4-pack of these for $10.99, which is such a great deal. They have a very, very light band on them, so you want to be very careful with these, especially if you're planning to reuse them several times. I probably can get about 5 or 10, maybe not 10, 5 to 7 uses out of a pair of these, as long as I am careful about removing them and getting the excess glue off of them. If I treat them well, I'll get a few uses out of them, and they are amazing. They're the only lashes I will ever wear. They're very comfortable. You almost can't even feel that you have them on. I am wearing them on my eyes today. I was kind of tempted to show you guys, like pull one of them off and just show you the difference, but I feel like that would be a little weird. Maybe I'll do it at the end of the video. Stay tuned for the after reel. I'll post it there. Anyways, I highly recommend these. If you are new here, I've recommended them a lot over the years, and these are the lashes for those of you that hate lashes, either because they don't look natural or they're impossible to apply or they're extremely uncomfortable. These are the lashes for you, trust me. And the last thing is a fragrance. So this is from a new brand that I discovered. I don't know, I must have seen an ad for this brand somewhere. It's called Okcha. They basically make knockoff perfumes for a lot of different perfumes. They do have some in-house stuff as well, but they do a lot of like knockoff perfumes for some really high-end fragrances. This one is called Sand Crystal. It's the best one that I have tried so far. It's supposed to be a dupe for the Jo Malone Wood Sage and Sea Salt, which I actually have a little sample of that, and trust me, they smell exactly the same. I do think the Jo Malone lasts a little bit longer than this one, but these are super affordable. I think this particular one is $30 for a 1.7 fluid ounce bottle, and they often have sales going on. So I'm telling you guys, this scent, it is so good. Even my husband loves when I wear this, and he is not the type that usually comments on how I smell. Like I don't think he thinks I smell bad, but it's rare that he will say, "Ooh, wow, that smells really good." But this is one of the few fragrances that have gotten that response from him. So I feel like that says something. Even my daughter-in-law has smelled this, and she totally approved. It's so yummy. It smells very kind of fruity, kind of natural, a little unisex, but not too masculine. It's so yummy. And that's it, you guys. Those are all of my favorite makeup products from the month of May. I am so excited for summer. Stay tuned because I do have my summer Shop My Stash coming up. Basically, what makeup I'm planning to use for the summer. I just went through and kind of reorganized everything and pulled out all the products that I'm really excited to use this summer. I also wanted to ask you guys, let me know if you are interested in me doing a my top summer makeup recommendations video as far as like BB creams and sunscreens and just generally really what kind of makeup I typically reach for in the summer, because there definitely are some things that I adjust when summertime comes around. So I'm hoping to post that for you guys also soon. I hope that you guys are doing well. I hope you enjoyed this video today. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye. Okay, so which one should I pull off? We'll pull off this one. By the way, the 3/4 ones are so easy to get off as well. You just barely give them a little tug and they come right off. So do you guys see the difference? Just a little extra something on the outer corner. Oh, I didn't do my thumbnail. And I'm not gonna have an eyelash on one side for my thumbnail. You think that'll be obvious? I should have done that first. Dang it.